All right, so let's discuss about Mattamy Wildflowers project in Kitchener. If you're thinking about buying in this particular community, then this video is for you, which I'll be discussing the location, site plan, strategy, layouts, all this thing as a buyer that you need to know about. So first thing first, location, because that is something you cannot change. So if you see over here, Mattamy is located in the Kitchener. Now, again, if you are new to Kitchener, then that is located to the southern part of the Kitchener. It's relatively a newer subdivision close to Sunrise Shopping Plaza in Laurentian or next to Laurentian West. You can see about that. Also, many people know about Dune South, so it's close to Dune South as well. So this is the location. It's going over here. Most of the homes are built down there, but still they have some more homes coming up. So it's close to 2,000 homes coming up in the community. So it's located across the intersection of Limbs and Fisher Hallman over here. Now, in terms of highway, from here, if you want to go to Highway 8, that is close to about 4 to 5 minute drive. So, in terms of Go Station, that is located roughly about 20 minutes from Mattamy side. So, just consider that in mind and keep 5 to 10 minutes buffer. So, consider about 30 minutes from Mattamy side to the Go Station, but excellent location. The good thing about this is it's a fairly new community. Everything will be new over here. It's close to RPG Schleichel Park, which is one of the biggest and the newest innovative park in the region. Really cool. If you need to check it out. Schools located to Janet Macbeth School. There is one more school coming up in the community. That is something. And there is also Williamsburg School. Now, depending on at the time when you get possession in which school your kid will go. So as of right now, I'm not commenting anything on the school as of right now. But again, very close to highway, very close to all the amenities. Uh, what many people are looking for. A gym is over here, good life. So that is also nearby, 4 to 5 minute drive. So location wise, super location. Now, from someone who's not from Kitchener, it might seem like it's a little bit outside or on the other side of Kitchener, but for someone who is living in Kitchener, it is very premium central location. I would say close to all the grocery stores. We have Food Basics nearby. Then we have Longos, a brand new Longos, and Food Basics. Both of them came in last year. So groceries, amenities, everything is available in that location. Now let's talk about the site plan because this is the number one thing. Once you determine which builder, which location you want to go for, site plan is the number one thing you should check out. And this is something we suggest all of our clients. So for site plan, let's check it out. All the yellows that you are seeing over here, those are freehold townhomes. Again, in this community, you have townhomes, you have detached property, you have stacked kind of townhomes, and also some condo townhomes, double car garage townhomes. So variety of project, double car garage detached homes as well, so variety of mixture of projects, close to 2,000 homes coming up in this community. So all the yellow things that you are seeing, those are freehold townhomes all over here. And all the purple one, this one that you are seeing, those are double car garage detached homes, all the way from townhome to double car garage, whatever your preference looks like. And this is a good thing about master plan community. You have number of options to choose from, not only like towns or single detached family homes or things like that. Now, when we are discussing site plan with our client, the one thing you need to remember, like where the things go. Now, in based on the site plan, some might be a really nice lot and some might not be a good lot. Now, just aware, it's a very common knowledge. But if you're someone who's buying on a corner lot, expect more traffic in those kind of areas. And the other thing to avoid is like many times I prefer my client, and most of the time clients don't prefer is like the hydro corridor. So if you see in this time, this is where the hydro corridor is going. So behind, so let's say if you're planning to buy a freehold townhome and you end up buying this unit over here, this lot over here, thinking that it's close to park, near to park, and on the opposite side also, like front of the house, you also have a park, but on the back side you have a huge hydro corridor. And if you don't know what the hydro corridor means, this is what it looks like. So just check that out. Many times people don't know about this kind of stuff, so that's why understand the site plan first, which lot you want to go for, and based on that you can decide what kind of home you are looking for. Because let's say if you're looking for freehold townhome, then you have all these lots and also some lots available on this area as well, over here as well, over here as well. So again, depending what you're looking for. The other one, if you're not looking for a freehold property, if you're looking for a condo or a hotel kind of property, then this is what they have. Again, townhomes and double car garage townhomes as well. But one more thing to remember over here. Now, this is backing onto, let's say, if you end up buying in a block 6, unit 1 or lot 1 over here. Now, that is backing onto Blims Road. So, will be the major road once this will be constructed. Right now, also, it's a major road. But once it's constructed, you will see good amount of traffic in on the Blims Road. And right now, someone who's local to Kitchener, who goes to Blims Road regularly, I know based on the speed limit, no one follows speed limit down there. So those are the things that you need to know about when buying a project. And again, if you're someone who end up buying in a block 12 or block 11, you need to understand, like, again, on front of or on the back of your house, there will be a hydro corridor. So make sure you understand this kind of small details. Where is the storm water management going on? What kind of street it will be in the future? And all these things you could able to figure out based on the site plan. Now let's see, if you need to buy in this kind of site plan, I from my personal experience, I believe like this could be a really nice spot over here, like on Street B, because in terms of location as well, you are getting exposure all the way. So you will have either east or west exposure, so sunlight will be coming in directly. That's a nice thing. Now let's talk a little bit about the builder, Mattamy Builder. Now, most of the time, many homeowners know about them, but if you're someone who don't know about that, Mattamy is one of the largest builder in Canada. They have made over 135,000 homes plus, so it's a big portfolio of homes, and they are not the only builder who are building in certain communities or certain regions. They are all across Canada, so a good exposure, a good huge team for them, and a very well-known reputed builder out there if you're looking for a mass production builder. Now, in this particular project, you have roughly about 33 types of homes. So that is including like a condo or the bottle townhouse, all the way going to a double car garage detached properties. If you see 33 plants, so that's a type of homes. Now, in that, you will have elevations to choose from. You will have a little bit of adjustment that you can do in the layout as well. So if you do all that configuration, there are multiple opportunities in this particular project. So these are the type of homes that you have. All the 33 plants. Now these are 3-story. When you go down, you have a garage, some areas like a lounge area. Then upstairs on the first floor, you will have a kitchen. You will have your living room, dining area, and a powder washroom. Upstairs on the third floor, depending on what kind of house, what kind of layout it is, you either have a 3 bedroom or a 4 bedroom or a 2 bath or 2.5 bath or more bath, depending on the layout. Also, in all these layouts, you will also have an end unit. So if you see over here, Pembroke end unit, Winwood corner, things like that. And in the middle of this video, I'll be also explaining like what are my favorite layouts to look for, because let's be honest, like most of the new builds right now, out of them, I would say more than 50% of the new build layout. What I mean by that is like floor plan, internal, how things are arranged in that does not make sense. It's not very functional, so it's always good to understand what kind of layout you're going into. So if you see over here, all Eastwood, Cranbrook, now these are a traditional 2-story townhomes, 3 bed, 2 bath, 1445 square feet. Again, a nice property down there. But again, I will share what are my favorite layout in this all of them. You have more single car garage detached properties starting with 1524 square feet. So that is really nice for someone who's small family also looking for a detached property. Then again, it's not big, not that small for a detached property. And it goes all the way to like 2951 square feet. Now, this is something that I want to discuss, the Portland corner, which will be coming in next up in the video, which because it's a very unique layout and it's not offered by any of the builder out there that I know of in the community. Now, out of all the layouts, here are my favorite layouts in all different categories, whether it's a 3-story townhouse, 2-story townhouse, or a double car garage, bigger property. And this is something based on after talking to so many buyers out there, what their expectation is, what their liking looks like, and that's how I come up with this. So the very first one in this, if you're someone who's looking for a 3-story townhouse, then Eastwood. I really like this layout. It's feel modern. Of course, it does not have a brick or anything like that, but it does have a modern layout. And again, you can definitely choose from different elevation options that you want to go for. If you see in this one how the layout works out, you have porch over here, and the garage will be from the back side. So that way you will have more room in the front to have a bedroom. So over here you have the fourth bedroom with an ensuite, which is a really nice thing. If you have a parents, older parents, then it could be a really good thing for them over here. Or again, if you're someone who's working from home and want to have a separate space, then a really nice office or a dance space that can be done over here. Now, if you go on the second floor, I like it does not have a green space, basically a backyard or anything like that, but it does have a balcony. So make sure you understand that what will be the size of the whole layout before purchasing this kind of project. If you see balcony over here, 19, almost 20 times 8, which is a huge balcony. I would say great room. You have a dining area. You have a dedicated dining and kitchen area. Now, this is something that I have not seen in many of the projects where you have a dedicated dining area. Considering the square feet of this place, it's a really nice layout, I would say. A huge living area over here. And this they have mentioned great room, 19 times 12.9, which is really nice for most of the family needs out there. And on the third floor, you have a primary on one side of the house and then two bedrooms on the other side of the house, which is something I super like because you have that privacy as well. And in the primary, you do have a balcony as well. So it's again really nice layout with an ensuite, with a walk-in closet, and a common washroom on top of it. And again, one more thing in this kind of three-story townhouse, many times they don't have a basement. It's not excavated or anything like that. But in this one, they do have a basement. Of course, depending on your APS, that is agreement of purchase and sale. Depending on the grading, it will be determined. But at least in some of the grading, you will have an option to have a basement in which definitely you can store stuff or just an extra space, I would say. And the other option in this one is like they are providing different elevations. So you have elevation A, elevation B, and then elevation D as well, depending what you are looking for. Again, all those modern elevations, if you're going for a little bit like a pricier option, you can choose for elevation D, which is a mixture of brick and stone. Now let's talk about the favorite category in this one, that are the detached homes, single car garage detached homes. And in that one, I really like the Elder View. It's a three bed, two bath, two and a half bath actually, 1524 square feet house. So it's a 30 feet lot, which is pretty standard right now. For a single car garage, you either get 27 to 30 feet depending on the lot size, starting at $780,000, and after rebate it will be lower. But again, this is all the starting price. Let's check it out. It does have a beautiful elevation of stone, brick, and some wooden structure over here. Again, it will not be a wooden, but might be a vinyl structure, which is with a decorative wooden kind of texture on it. And floor plan, I really like this floor plan. You see over here, you have a good porch and a double door way entry. So you, as soon as you enter, you feel it's very grand. And this is something I really like about open to above, a good nook to put something decorative, console table or whatever you want to do it, and then the great room and the dining area. All the other floor plans which I have reviewed in this single family. Now this is something based on the value, so the price point they provide and also the kind of layout they have. This one are really nicely. And I really like about Mattamy, if you're looking for a side entry or things like that, they have all these things done in the place. So that is a really nice option. So for a buyer, you are able to visualize it. On the second floor, you have a primary bedroom on one side and then two bedrooms on the other side. Again, a decent primary bedroom. I wouldn't say it's too big, but considering the square feet and the price, it's very decent. And also the price point. Now, if you're looking for someone under $750,000, like after the rebate, it will be 750. Uh, it's a really good price point for a detached property for a $750,000. Let's talk about double car garage homes now. For someone who's looking under $1 million price point, it says starting from $1,033,000, but after rebate should come under the $1 million price point, or even with a $1 million price point to have a $2,700 2,700 square feet house. It's a really nice thing. So it's a four bed, two and a half bath, 36 feet detached property. Weber is the one that I really like. It does have a different tons of elevation. I believe two or three elevations in this one. This is again brick and stone, very traditional, again classic structure that you can find. I like in this one is like they do have a den on the main floor. Again, could be useful as a separate lounge area or a great room, gaming room, or office room. With some of the modifications, you can also or may be able to convert this into a bedroom as well. But again, builder is not providing that. It will be up to you to do that. But again, you do have an opportunity to do that. A very nice size great room and a huge kitchen in this one. The one thing that I don't like about this one in this, they do have a pantry, but they don't have a closed pantry or a full blown pantry in which you can put shove down all your stuff. So they don't have this. But again, considering the price, considering the square feet, the layout they have made, real nice. If you go down on the second floor, all the way on the one side, you have a primary bedroom with an ensuite and a huge walk-in closet, and then a second, third, and fourth bedroom. Again, you do have an option to add a third bath. So an ensuite, which is a really, really nice option and a good upgrade. So this is what I was talking about. Like when you're buying a house, consider all this kind of upgrades as well because the price they have mentioned will not include this third bath. It will be on top of it. So consider 50, 60, $70,000 in upgrades only. Now the next one on the and the last one on the list is the Portland Corner. This is the one I mentioned about. It's a very unique layout in this one. It does have a two separate units, so excellent opportunity for house hacking under $1.2 million. A brand new home, almost close to 3,000 square feet for house hacking. It is mind blowing. The deal that they are providing, it's really really nice. Now you will also have an option to add third unit in this one if you want to do that, and this is how it works. So if you're seeing all this stuff in the pink, so that is the first unit. And whatever you're seeing on the green over here, that will be the second unit. And I will quickly show you why I really like this layout. So if you see, on the ground level, for the first or the primary unit, however you want to consider, you have your living room, kitchen, and everything on the ground level for that. So all the entertainment area is on the ground level for the unit one, and for the unit two, you don't have anything on the ground level. It's just the staircase. That's pretty much it. Now here's the thing. As soon as you go on the second floor, it does have a primary bedroom and everything, and all the bedrooms for the unit one, and Unit 2 will have their kitchen and bedrooms on this one. Now, the way I like this one, how the design is, if you see over here, now all this common walls does not have anything which that you will use for. So let's say, just to give an example, kitchen. So kitchen you might be using 2 or 3 hours a day. That's maximum as of right now. But just adjacent wall of the kitchen does not have anything for the unit A, so that is really nice. And both the primary rooms, like in this one, the primary room is far away than the primary room of the other unit. Again, an excellent touch over here. Even the great room of the unit B, where you will be spending more time, it is also at the very end. So the common wall we have, it's only the kitchen and the bathroom. That's pretty much it. Now let's talk about the pricing. Now for the townhomes package, the one which I mentioned with the maintenance fee, all have maintenance fee of $127 a month. Now there are also freehold townhomes that does not have a maintenance fee, but the rest of like three-story double car garage, whatever you are seeing online or over here in this video, does have a maintenance fee of $127 a month. Now, when you're looking at Mattamy, when you're going online and checking all those prices, I just want to make sure and want to aware you folks like whatever the prices you are seeing over here, when we update the elevation and everything, it will change a little bit. So, just want to make sure you understand the pricing correctly and not only buy because you see the price down there. Make sure it's starting price. And let me also give you one more example of this. Now let's take an example in this one. So Trustner West, if you see, it says the starting from $777,000. Now they already have one which is already built, so they are selling as like as is not a pre-construction but a brand new unit which is already built that you can purchase. So if you see this one, It's $796,000, so it's almost $20,000 more than what it's the starting price. So just to put you out there, just to give you an example. Now let's talk about something that most people ignore, and those are the builder's agreement in this one. You don't have a standard APS; you have to follow the builder APS in this project. Now, with this project like this, you need to understand what are the closing costs, what are the development charges fee, what will be the carry-on enrollment fee, or more fees when associated with new build. So make sure you understand all this kind of stuff. And Mattamy does an excellent job by providing APS. So I always prepare all of my clients. It's a big all the papers. Again, you don't have to do it, but it's always a good thing when you are planning to buy 800, $900,000 home to go through APS once, so you get an idea of what you are going into and just understand how uh, everything works in that. And one more thing I want to put down there is like the APS, all the clauses that put down in this agreement is to protect the builder. And of course, it is to protect you as well, but more to protect the builder. So always have your representation in this one. If you are someone who's planning to buy a pre construction house, make sure you have a lawyer first, or if you're working with a realtor, which you should in most cases for pre-construction project, then make sure you tie up with your realtor, with your lawyer, so that way they know what kind of project you are going into and they can review the APS based on that. And even sometimes lawyers does who are local or work with one specific project many times, they understand what are things that you need to look for and they can pinpoint to those factors immediately. Now let's talk about finishes and quality. So Mattamy is a mass builder, and in terms of quality, I would say it's mid tier. No luxury, no nothing over the top. In terms of craftsmanship, you can expect like just the basic craftsmanship that is pretty much out there. And good thing is like you are getting a clean, modern layout projects, not a luxury or anything like. And then when I work with buyer in this specific project, most of them are end up upgrading their kitchen cabinets, countertop, flooring, and things like that. So make sure you do some room for upgrades as well. Now let's get real. This project is not for everyone. It's an excellent project for first-time home buyer, or also from someone who wants to move from townhouse to a detached property or a bigger detached property. It's not for a downsizer over here because it will be a kind of a construction zone. Expect 3 to 4 years more of all the dirt, construction noise, things like that. It's not a mature neighborhood, so it's not that well established. Of course, you have all the amenities and everything, but when you're going from a mature neighborhood or established neighborhood to a brand new community, it's a little bit different. And this is something you can only experience because you will not have fans, sorting will be not done. All the other parts, your house might be completely finished, but whatever you are seeing in the vicinity might not be finished well. So those kind of things you can expect from whenever you are going into a new subdivision. And this project is someone who have a strict budget and looking for some value out there because there are not many builders who are running in this price point and giving this kind of projects out. So if you're considering wildflower, don't just pick any random lot which is available on the site. Make sure you have a representation, you understand how the site plan works, what is available on those lots, and work accordingly. And there is a big difference between a good purchase and the average purchase in the same X project. Reach out to me. I would exactly show you which lot I would personally purchase and which lots I would avoid and what kind of layouts I would go for, and also things to look in this kind of massive project to avoid as well. Because many times, as a first time home buyer, or even if you are not a first time home buyer, many people don't know what kind of questions to ask, what things to look into that. Majority of the time, people focus on the price point, but with the same price point, if you're getting a better lot, it's in your benefit. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some value out of this. Make sure to like and subscribe to this channel because we will be providing each and every week update about new pre-construction going on in the region in the southwestern Ontario as well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one.